Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, October 14th, and we are looking at Window Trader's market profile of SPY, IWMN, Triple Qs. Banner day for all the indices. We're all up just about close to 1.5% or more. Very nice gap in SPY and ES that's holding. Gaps for all three of these indices. Now you look at these and you say, yeah, they're P-shapes. Russell's clearly a P-shape. They did not go trend. They tried to once or twice for very few, couple of minutes, failed. They end 12 wide, just missed a perfect pot by pennies when G couldn't get to A's high. That's a P-shape. Now, us and Qs, is it a P-shape? Yeah, it is. But the bottom line is it's still a double distribution day. Actually, it's a triple distribution day. So, we have to respect that fact. There's two sets of single prints. We're going to treat this as three separate days tomorrow. H is low to the day's high, D's high to C's low, and then A's high to the day's low. And you have a nice gap below us. We had a lowest accepted price that worked like a charm again. There was never any real pullback. They attempted an H a little bit, they attempted an L and then an M, and still closed just off the highs. The remarkable thing is the first time we got up to the 50-day moving average in SPY, we got it to the penny and then closed and then got below it. We did get above it in M. We did probe. Right now it looks like we closed below the 50-day moving average literally by 10 cents. Again, huge steps by the buyers today. Huge. They stopped the one-time framing down the weekly. So the weekly's back in balance. The daily's back in balance. I'm still calling it balance even with that gap. Now tomorrow, if we take out today's high, we'll go from balance to up. But right now the daily's balanced, the weekly balance. The monthly, I'm still calling down to balance, but starting to lean more towards just balance, especially since we haven't been able to get July's low. Volume. One issue, 65 million. We're going to probably be doing just about average or under again, so nothing great on the volume. Had a good day today. Didn't do a lot of trading in the afternoon as it got very, very boring as we traded sideways in a dollar range for a while. But it was a good day, good start to the day. I took a long in A period. When we opened, went back through the opening, went back up, came in, and right above the opening, took a long of the 438 calls, which paid. Then B opened, we had that lowest accepted price. Didn't get on board right away, but on the 15-minute turnover, best trade of the day, I bought 75 of the 440 calls and watched it pop up, and that was by far my best trade of the day. Then I scalped longs in C against the single prints and the one-time framing up and the gap and higher value, you name it, buyers had it. On our checklist, buyers had an 8-0 lead most of the day with everything we talk about. Finally, the sellers had one-time framing down in L and M and then gave it up when M took out L's high. Now, after that, I didn't take any more longs. I actually took a couple small shorts because we just started trading sideways and we weren't getting any tempo, no volume. So I took a small short in D period, which only paid me very little bit against, and I did it against the previous week's high, the 432.50s. That can't be right. Let me get back to that one. I took a short in J with the 444s and a short in K, both against the 50-day moving average. Both paid me, and they were both very small. But I'm looking at the other trade I did in D. I wrote down last week's high, so I must have taken a short, but I had to write down the wrong put play. It might have been the maybe the 440.50. That might have been it. No, there are none. I don't know. Anyway, I did take a small short in D, made pennies on that one. As when E started going up, I just took it off. And that was it. So my money was made on the long in A, the long in B, and the longs in C. That's it. And then we traded sideways a good part of the day after E popped up. As far as destinations, on the upside, today's high of 442.66. Then we have 443.16, 11 wide from the 27th. Now remember, I said yesterday I felt that this market was going to have a decent move, a significant move sooner rather than later. Well, up 1.7% is a pretty damn significant move in one day. And we got the firecracker effect above those two highs. Well, the reason I'm saying that is there's another set. So if we get acceptance at some point above the 50, then we have 444.05 weekly high, 444.67 daily high and 444.89 weekly high. So we have three highs, two of them weeklies, within 84 cents of each other. That will be your next firecracker effect if we get above those. And then 445.37 daily high. For the downside, K, we did price probe, 442.59. K's high. Then we have two sets of single prints, 441.58 to 34. That's H's low to D's high. Then the second set of single prints, 440.32. That's C's low to A's high, 439.86. Lowest accepted price, B's low of 439.58. And then today's low of 438.58. So we have a dollar buy tail. And then filling the gap at 436.05, a 253-point gap. Will not be an easy gap to fill. I don't think it would fill the first time. Now, after a day like today, especially since we closed below the 50, I wouldn't doubt we try to get some consolidation inside of today before we start another directional move. Now, obviously, buyers want to hold these single prints and get above the 50. If you get above the 50, you can get some more movement because I told you those other highs are very, very close together. And then on the chart, remember tomorrow night we'll recap all three of these indices charts, but for now we're just going to do SPY. So the monthly I'm still calling balance to down because we are one time framing down 2 months, but we're firmly back inside of last month's range. Think about low. Last month's low is 428.78. We're at 442.50. So yeah, we did take it out by a couple of dollars, but not a lot. And believe me, we still have 11 days to go in this trading month. Who knows if they really got legs? Imagine an outside month up. Never know. Weekly stops the one-time framing down. It goes from down to balance. It's a 4-week balance. 444.89 is the high of that balance. And the low of it is 426.36. So basically an $18 balance on the weekly, 4-week balance. And on the daily, we went from down to balance. Even though we took out the top of this day, pretty good. We closed almost $1 above it. It's still balanced. Markets don't go bull bear. They don't go bear bull. So we went from bear back to balance. Now again, if we take out today's high tomorrow, we will be clearly up. If we stay inside or take out today's low, still just a balance. Excellent day in the trading room again today. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.